The design of offices is very important because people spend a very large part of their lives in offices. A very large percentage of the population spend their working day in them.
And I think people come to work for social reasons. I mean, you could work at home. I could work here on my BlackBerry. But, you need to meet people. You need to meet your clients. You need to meet the engineers and people you work with. And in any rule of life, any way of life, other than just, somebody just writing a book or something, you have to work as part of a team.
But they do need to be in the centre of town. Nobody wants to work in the suburbs. Nobody wants to live in the suburbs, really. I mean, why have suburbs? But the centre of town is where the buzz is. People come to town to work because there's a buzz there. They're probably thinking as much about what they can do after work as they are during work. But that buzz of the city permeates their working day as well.
I don't see people, doing what they used to do, which is move out of London and, build in the middle of nowhere. I think that will stop. I think people will be back in the middle of cities, building in the middle of cities, or on big nodes of transportation.
I've often said if you have good spaces, the buildings don't matter. And the secret of success of the City of London, it has good spaces. The success of Paternoster Square isn't the buildings around the square, it's the square itself.
The thing about cities is they are about social interaction. I mean, they are, the one thing about not just going to an office building, but the fact there's cafes next door, there's spaces, there's areas where there's greenery, benches, is really important. So the idea of creating buildings in isolation, is not what it's about. It's about creating places.
You see, journalists have been saying for decades that in 10 years' time we'd all be working from home. Now, the reason that media people and journalists say that is because that's what they do.
People have been talking about it for 20 years, and it's going to be the death of the office. People are going to start working from home. It hasn't really happened.
People actually want to work with other people. They may like, to go off home and sort of do something quiet and complicated, for a day or two, but they want to come back again. They want to talk to people.
The thread of home working, which was a major issue for us 15, 20 years ago, hasn't transpired to the extent that we thought it would do, because there's the social network and environment that people have around the workplace.
I think there'll be more sofas and more breakout areas, more coffee points, more sort of social interaction areas.
There's that essential balance between the best of the past and the best of the future. I often say the hard part of my job isn't the fact that I'm responsible for 4,000 years of history. The hard part is that only 2,000 have happened so far.